sanitary?
I don't know, but it's free.
Lately, we have been craving meat, I swear.
Does it have an orange left?
Bit of a germaphobe.
This is the restaurant I've had. Yep.
Hi, I'm Aaron, and I'm here with Zorianna, and today we're going to interview Dan Fogler, who is the writer, director, and star of Don Peyote. Thanks for being here. Yeah, that is you.
Yeah, dude.
Happy to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you wrote this,
Yes.
you directed it, and you were in it. Total triple threat for the first time in your career, right?
Yes, and I sing and I dance too.
Your cast is spectacular in this film, but you can really connect the dots to them being as your former cast members. Like Josh Duhamel, you did Scenic Route. Topher was Take Me Home, Fanboys and Jay. But how did you get Anne Hathaway and Wallace Shawn? Those are the two that
Right.
I can't connect the dots
It was
on.
inconceivable, really.
Never get involved with a Sicilian when death is on the line.
Yeah, I did that impression for Wallace, and he was just like, "I'm in."
It's a good way to get somebody in.
Always been a fan of Wally, and I called him up. He loved the subject matter of the movie. You know, he did a movie like Dinner with Andre. It's very brainy and talks very deep movie, and so I think he enjoyed the subject matter. And he came on, and a lot of reason a lot of my friends came on were because I was like, look, we're going to create the character together. Yeah, there are lines, but we want you to improvise. We want you to, put your stamp on it. So a lot of people like to come and play, and so Anne, who makes it an amazing cameo in the movie as this like dream agent, FBI, CIA, who like invades my dreams, like Trinity from The Matrix or something, and she downloads all this inside information. She handed me my Tony Award, so she's always been like this, like this angel in my life, like, oh my God, you're beautiful, And then we had the same manager eventually, and I described the movie to her. I saw her like on CNN footage at Occupy Wall Street. I was like, I'm gonna ask her. So she said yes, and for the same reason, she got to improvise like crazy and do stuff that she didn't normally get to do.
Let's talk about winning that Tony Award. When you won that, I know you had been in film beforehand, but once you won it, you started being in film more. Was that a conscious decision? Did you kind of just go with your gut, or was it always your intention to be an actor in film?
I got nominated for a Tony Award. I just love saying Tony Award. It just rolls off the tongue. I got nominated for a Tony Award, and then it was like television offers. They were like, yes, let's develop something. And then I won the Tony Award, and then it was movie offers. So I was just like, oh, okay, yes, kid in the candy store now.
So you just, you were open to whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Cut to me with like shimmery jacket, short shorts, crazy chops, playing ping pong with Christopher Walken.
Yep.
Just being all, wow!
How was that?
I made it.
Getting to hang out with Christopher Walken. I've heard one great story. He's like exactly how he is in movies. Is that true?
Absolutely.
And you did impressions of him for him?
Never. No. Because I said to him, I would just talk to him to hear him talk because he's just a legend and one of my heroes. So I would say to him like, what's it like that everybody and their grandmother has an impression of you around the world, And he says, it's fine, just never before a take. You do it before a take, and I'll kill you. And I was just like, okay, yes, sir. He said, Jay Moore, he'd do it all the time. I wanted to kill him.
Now, you directed before. This is not your directorial debut. Right?
I directed a movie called Hysterical Psycho, which is out on VOD now, which was just like crazy, cabin in the woods horror comedy movie.
Mm-hmm.
But did you find that you had a particular love for directing? I mean, are you figuring out a style? Can you literally say like, this is the type of director I am? I'm a actor's director, or this is my style, or is it something that has to evolve the more you do it?
I think I'm evolving. Like that first both of those movies are very experimental. I'm still finding, my voice and myself. Right now, I would say I'm a director who is a fan of movies and is a fan of acting and loves to put there are homages to all my favorite movies and actors and directors throughout all my movies. So I'm still finding myself. I fell in love with directing on the set of Hysterical Psycho. It was all with friends and favors, and that's what I recommend if you're gonna do a first venture. Really do it with friends, because they'll do anything because they love you, and so you can get some amazing performances out of people. And that movie is just, you feel it watching it.
With all these roles that you've done, I imagine it's probably easy for people to typecast you as the funny guy, but some of my favorite roles of yours in the last couple years were in Hannibal and Europa Report, and I just want to know how you came about getting those roles, if you wanted more dramatic stuff.
Basically, he wants to know how you convinced them to put you in Hannibal.
Yeah, I had to give them a lot of money. A lot of money.
Mads Mikkelsen, you did him a favor?
Yeah, a little favor. A little favor. I owe him my second pour.
Yes.
He wants to eat it. I had Brian Fuller was a fan of mine from Spelling Bee. And there's a lot of cool people on that show. There's that you wouldn't normally see in drama, like Scott Thompson is on a show from Kids in the Hall. And so that was cool to be able to stretch my legs a little bit.
Sure.
But I think Franklin is a very silly character anyway. He's just like, the guy comes in to kill him, and he's just all, we can work this out. It's just like, come on, that's hysterical.
So what about Europa Report? How did that come about?
Europa Report, I don't know how that came along. I read it. They were like, yes, we'd love to have you.
Such a science-y, serious
I know,
role.
right? I mean, I'm a fan of that stuff. I love that stuff, and kind of like pseudo-reality science fiction.
Is it important to be able to branch out and not just be seen as just the funny person? I'm sure before
Absolutely.
you were just the musical guy on stage, and then...
Well, I mean, that was like my first musical that I did in Broadway. And I haven't done a musical since. I don't know. I did musicals in high school before that. So I don't know what guy I was. I did Shakespeare and Chekhov in college, I know what I can do. So, and I know that you break into the business and you have to play a certain song for a while to people to like say, I get that song. And then you do like a fun little riff, and you try to expand the song so it's a more complex song so you can have longevity. My God, I really like the way I described that. I'm Dan Fogler.
Well, thanks so much for being here, Dan. We had a great time. You're welcome back anytime. All the best of luck with the movie. I thought it was hilarious, so let's have a cheers.
Thank you, brother.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's poison! Don't! Get it out of your mouth! Put it down! No! Run!